And then there are some other clocks which are logically exclusive. It means that physically they exist. But now in this case, if you see here, there are two clocks which is physically present. But on this circuit, either one of them can go based upon the select signal. Right. So now the select signal, if it is 0, then probably clock 1 will pass through. And if this is 1, then clock 2 will pass through. So for both flop 1 and flop 2, you will get either clock 1 on both sides or clock 2 on both sides. But the fallout will be if you don't do this. Yeah, when you say I'm doing a single mode clock tree, probably sometimes you will not put this select line, because as soon as you say select is 1, you are in one of the modes.
Right.
So then what happens is a timing engine will try to figure out all possible combinations of this. Yeah, so maybe clock 1 to clock 1, clock 2 to clock 2, these are typical. Then 1 to 2, 2 to 1, there will be multiple combinations that it will pick. Yeah, because the ST engine does not understand this. It will say that okay, all combinations are possible. Only a scenario where clock 1 passes or clock 2 passes, or clock 1 only goes to F1 and clock 2 goes to F this flop, and vice versa. And this becomes a major problem, that the timing paths and the clock tree will be really you will not be able to understand, and there are some fake violations here that you need to get rid of. So now how do you do that? Now you have to do a single mode clock tree, and you don't have to put a select signal here saying that select is equals to 1. Typically what you do is you then work with generated clocks.
Okay.
Now I say that at the output of this mux, that this is a clock. The output of the mux is a generated clock. We represent this by an @ sign of this clock.
Okay.
So what it tells the clock tree engine is that beyond the output of the mux, only this clock 1 will pass, because the clock that I defined here, divide by 1 generated clock, is of this guy. So without even specifying the select signal, you can constrain your clock tree in a way that only this signal will pass through and this signal will stop at this point. So it will build the clock far behind, but after this point, it will not cross.